What nerve! How dare you, Mathew Patrick? Do you realize what you have done? No, it's all right. I see now that you have truly lost touch with reality, and now only care about getting the most views. You no longer care for what is canon. This disappoints me. To see such a great mind fall, and in such an embarrassing manner. And now, I am forced to clean up the mess you made. By golly, is it really that hard for you? You couldn't, I don't know, try picking up the game? I know I'm expecting too much from you. It's too hard for the great MatPat. You're going off of the movie trailers, while I'm taking the easy route and having to scour the entirety of the Pokemon canon to find the evidence needed to piece together the truth. Let's see how far from the truth your little theory about Detective Pikachu is, shall we? In your video about Detective Pikachu, you claim that Pikachu in this game is in fact Ash's Pikachu, because they are both addicted to human drinks. This is in fact wrong. Pikachu is not addicted to human beverages like Detective Pikachu is. No, Ash's Pikachu is addicted to ketchup. Did you hear that, MatPat? Ketchup. Now, here's one bit of evidence that you could have acquired if you had indeed done your research. This is from the Detective Pikachu game. Quote, 2 months prior to the start of the game, Harry Goodman and his partner Pikachu get into a car accident while investigating a case, leading to Harry's disappearance and Pikachu losing his memory and the ability to use moves. Unquote. See there? This one piece of evidence has debunked your theory entirely. Just splendid detective work. Only the best. So, are we done here? No? Fine. Let's move on to the timeline. As we now know, Ash can be placed here on the timeline. So MatPat now begs a new question. Where do Tim Goodman and Detective Pikachu belong? Though I was going to cover this game with the other side games, I thought I would answer this theorist's question. Our first piece of evidence is this Jigglypuff from the anime, which, as MatPat pointed out, is very similar to this microphone-wielding Jigglypuff in one of the trailers. Very good deduction. But how does this pink puffball help us with the timeline? Well, surprisingly, this Jigglypuff only appears in the anime for a few series. It first appears in the original Kanto run, follows our heroes into the Johto journeys, pops up again during the Advanced series, but doesn't reappear until Sun and Moon. Which means we have a considerably long time to work with, since this is the chunk we have to look through. Great. If we dive back into the game, we see that Tim and Pikachu's investigation on rampaging Pokemon leads them to a corrupt miracle drug called R. Hold on. R. As in Rocket? Team Rocket? I mean, it's quite the stretch, sure, but it would not be all that surprising if Team Rocket had something to do with the drug's corruption. They have caused violent tendencies in Pokemon before. Well, in either case, R was supposed to be created using Mew's cells. However, someone instead decided to use the cells of Mewtwo instead, which have what is known as the Berserk gene, which tainted the drug. Oh, I am so sorry. Spoiler warning for the movie that a good portion of you have not seen yet. That was a joke. I don't know if the movie actually does follow the game to a perfect T. I have not seen it yet either. Anyway, if there is some involvement of Team Rocket, I would suspect that this would happen at some point after the original criminal organization was disbanded. Which is about here on the timeline. It doesn't really help us. Now, although Tim's Sinnoh Championship poster may be able to help, it seems more like a tease. When I saw the poster, I instantly thought of the Super Bowl, which sports is Greek to me, so unfortunately, not helpful. Now, what may be more helpful to us is this character here. Now, I'm sure many of you thought the same thing I did. She looks a lot like Misty. Her partner Psyduck didn't help much. Unfortunately, I'm going to have to shoot you guys down. This girl is most likely not Misty, as hilarious as that would be. No, I believe that this girl, someone who is seen to team up with Tim in another trailer, is in fact this character from Detective Pikachu game. Who is she? If you have played the game, you will know her as Emilia Christie, a reporter for GNN. GNN. Interesting. Well, the two N's stand for News Network. That much is obvious. But the G? The city the game is set in is called Rhyme City. So that can't be right. It must be the Oh. Now that is interesting. I better tell the bird keeper. He may find this interesting as well. Now, that may not be as helpful as I thought, so let's take a closer look at Mewtwo, specifically the one that helps our heroes in this game. This Mewtwo actually shows intelligence, something rare among these clones of Mew. It knows why the Pokemon are rampaging and wishes to stop the distribution of R. Now, although there is at least one Mewtwo in every other region, there are only two notable Mewtwo's within our current boundaries, who have shown to have a high enough intelligence to know how bad the situation is. These Mewtwo are from the movie Genesect and the Legend Awakened and the XY Adventures manga. This leaves us here on the timeline. Maybe I should have waited before taking on this task. I don't know about you viewers, but I have a headache. I hear that the starters of Shield and Sword have been announced, so before I go offline, I would like to take a look at them. Oh, that's funny. Baseball, football, and rugby. I may not be a fan of sports, but I do know what they are and have a small understanding of how they are played and what they're called in different parts of the world. With that, this has been Drehan, and I am offline.